One moment, the show's going to start. Wait a brand minute. If you can hear me, throw me a couple of likes and some claps and some love. Wait a brand minute. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, LinkedIn. How are you? We are in quarantine still. And Heather Don, how are you doing? I appreciate you. Got a lot I want to talk to you about today. The subject for today is doing too much. Give me 1 second. I want to just make certain I got everything together. But it is something that is of unique interest to me because I think that many brands, you find yourself in a position where you're just doing way too much. And the thing about doing too much is that simplicity ultimately ends up winning the day. And so we're going to have some conversation today, and I'm going to walk you through a couple of case examples in terms of where brands have failed and where they've won in the game of too much. Give me 1 second. Before we get into it, as we always do, I want to get into some of the comments. Lynn, I see you. Shayla, I see you. Quiana, I see you. Misha, I see you. Zachary, Stacy, Letitia, how are all of you today? So, you're doing way too much. Help me understand if you're on Team Live and Team Replay. Both teams matter. I care about both teams, and I want to make certain that I have an understanding. Again, we're gauging, this 3 p.m. hour on Friday. I think it's appropriate. The response has been good. And I think it's a good time for us just to get together and just have some conversation towards the end of the day. Marcus, I see you. Mayoshi, I see you. Let's go ahead and get into the subject at hand. Last week, there was an epic battle. This battle was between Teddy Riley, R&B icon, famous for his groups Guy and Blackstreet, went head to head with Mr. Tender Lover himself, Babyface, on an IG battle titled Versus. If you're unfamiliar with Versus, this is a battle that was started by Timbaland, which is a music producer famous for like Missy, and then Swiss Beats. Swiss Beats is married to Alicia Keys, famous producer. And over the course of the week up to this battle, I mean, there was hype, trash talking. People could not wait because these are two multi-Grammy winning artists going head to head, competing, telling stories while playing each other's catalog, trying to outdo one another. Simple enough. IG battle over Instagram. Two producers playing their music for the audiences, and the winner, the best winner wins. You would think it was that easy. Before we get in too deep, let me get into the comments. Mary, I see you. Zachary, I see you. Dr. Shalise, I see you. All right, we're all here, present and accounted for. Thank you so much for spending time with me. So, we have this battle right now. You would think it's easy enough, but Teddy comes out there with a full band. You see the guy over in the corner doing the dancing and everything. Now, all of this is on IG. right? You have 500,000 people tuned in, and his mic is echoing. You can't hear him. I mean, it's a hot mess all the way around. I mean, nobody asked him to do any of this. All we wanted him to do was to play his music and go up against Babyface. Now, Babyface, on the other hand, Babyface is in isolation. Teddy has about 12 people. They're not social distancing, ain't no mask, there's nothing, right? But Babyface is in his studio, relaxed. He is prepared and unbothered. Prepared and unbothered. Wow, your boy right here, Teddy Riley. Teddy Ron here, he dancing, he doing the most, right? And look at Babyface at the bottom, like laughing at him, like he's like, dude, your sound is terrible. He's like, I'm killing the game right now. And everybody on Versus, all 500,000 people are like, what in the world is this? Disappointment. And so what ensues is what ensues if you mess up royally on social media. In comes the memes. Man, you got the little crying Michael Jordan. See, that right there is Guy, his original group. But instead of it being Teddy Riley, it's baby crying Jordan. You got Idris Elba over here, Teddy Riley on the ride home with his sound team. My favorite was Gordon Gartrell and The Cosby Show. One shirt represents Babyface, that's the clean one. And the one, Denise, that's Teddy Riley. Right? Then even the HBCUs got into it. Hampton is Teddy Riley and Howard is Babyface. So, doing too much. Let's look at the comments. Nate Shepard, the battle was epic. Face kept it simple and humble. Shayla, it was an epic battle. Babyface definitely won. Absolutely. The full beard, if I ever seen one. I see that you're saying that you're on Team Live. Deliberate and focused, Kelly. That's exactly what Babyface was. Deliberate and focused. At the end of the day, and I want you to keep this in mind because we'll get to this. Edward Theodore Riley had one job. All he had was one job. That job was just to show up and play his music. Nobody asked for a band. Nobody asked for backup dancers. Nobody asked for him to dance. Nobody asked for him to try to play live on a keyboard. All the fans wanted was a good battle. So this leads us into our conversation for the day. You're doing too much. Tanisha, word, absolutely. So great brands keep things simple. If you think of all the most amazing brands today, simplicity is a cornerstone of what they do and who they are and what they represent. You look at brands such as Amazon. Amazon invented and is known for the one-click purchase. The one-click purchase is ultra important. You look at Apple. Apple Computer is known for its simplicity. It just works. Google, known for simplicity in terms of search. Netflix is just simple, right? You go in there, you identify what specific movie you want to watch. They make it simple from a search criteria and everything. It's not complex. Simplicity drives customer loyalty. Portia Scott, know the audience and the environment. Dr. Jennifer Farmer, I know, I'm laughing also. Simplicity drives customer loyalty. Life is complex enough. If I have to figure what you do out, if I go to your website and it's a whole bunch of stuff all over the place and you're not deliberately driving me, or telling me a story or assisting me in your brand journey, you know what I do? I scroll on. That's because people just don't have time. And if you make my customer experience a simple one and a pleasant one, you know what I do? I talk. I talk and I repeat the experience, right? Um, that's the power of simplicity. It's not as intimidating. Some people just don't like complex. I don't know about you, but when I feel like I have too many options, I'm just kind of like, I don't know what to do. And if I don't know what to do, that's a bad thing because I feel a certain way. You want people to feel good about your brand. Part of feeling good about your brand and what drives customer loyalty is simplicity. Yes, Robert, yes, keep it simple, stupid. Simple, classic, and classy. Yes, Heather, that's exactly how you have to be. Simplicity drives performance. Just think about it. If you have less processes, if you have less complexity, you can actually repeat things over and over and over again. Repetition is one of the keys to performance, being able to do something over and over and over again and have the same amount of quality time after time after time. Some of your processes, some of the ways in which you operate, some of the ways in which you do business are too complex, and therefore you can't guarantee repeat performance. Simplicity and repeat performance go hand in hand. You know what? It's almost like the basketball player. You got them cats out here that want to go slam dunk the ball, but it's all about dribbling and shooting. You got to get the technique down first. You have to get the basics. Man, major in the basics. Then you can worry about all that extra stuff, right? Performance is rooted in simplicity. Hello and happy Friday to you too. All right, let's keep it going. Simplicity drives revenue. When you keep things simple, there are less steps potentially in the process. When you keep things simple, if you have issues, you can hyper focus on where in the process the issue is. It doesn't take as long, right? Time is money. It represents money. Lacking customer satisfaction due to your complex process is money. If you keep things simple, you actually have the opportunity to drive revenue. If anything, it keeps you a bit more agile. Agility is something we'll talk about here in a second, is uber important, especially in today's first to market environment. If it takes you all day to do something, that's a problem. You're going to lose money because other people will get to market faster than you do. Simplicity drives revenue. Why do people do it if they do? Excellent question, Zachary. Some people feel they have to be complex. Some people feel that they have to do the most in order for people to see their value. That is a misconception. Doing the most does not equate to you being more valuable. It just equates to more opportunity and more points of failure. That is what could potentially happen if you are doing the most. Excellent question, Zach. And I'm going to talk to you about in terms of you, your brand, and what you're doing. And please take notes on this. You're selling too brand much. One of my mentors, he said, Nick, other people, their list of services is a book. My list of services is a leaflet. Book versus a leaflet. Now, one of my favorite restaurants in the world, Guthrie's. Guthrie's is a restaurant in the southern region of the United States. When I was at Florida A&M University, Guthrie's would be jammed packed. Let me tell you what Guthrie's sold. They sold three things: chicken fingers, fries, and coleslaw. That's it. If you look at a Guthrie's menu, that's all you're going to find. And every time my Guthrie's chicken box was on point, my fries were hot, the chicken was tender and juicy. I didn't get the coleslaw. I was carbing up. But I understood what to get every single time. They had less failure points. And guess what? They were known for something. You know what that thing that they were known for? Chicken. Gut box. What do you know about? Yes, right. Jennifer Farmer, you got that right. That's what it was called, a gut box. Allen Iverson said, we're here talking about practice. It's just practice. That is a classic example. Thank you very much for that. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Yes, absolutely. Yes, figure out what works for you and implement. Simplicity, yes, drives revenue. So some of you, and I look at your websites and you come to me and you talk to me about all the various things that you're doing. First of all, you're trying to sell the world. I don't know if you feel like you have to show off how great you are, but it doesn't work, because ultimately what it does is it confuses your customer. They don't know what to know you for. Ultimately, and I will say this every time you see me, right? You have to be known for something, and you have to make people feel a certain way. Being known for something as a brand, that is what a brand is. It's not a logo. It's not your website. It's not you selling the whole brand world. It's just being known for a thing. That's what being a brand is. Keep it simple. Don't try to sell the world. What you do is you be known for something. You sell one thing. Then from there, you can downsell. So let me give you this example. Since we're talking about chicken, Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, they're known for the chicken sandwich, but they have a number one combo meal. That's the chicken sandwich, fries, and a drink. Now, you can downsell. Downsell is just the entree. I just want, fries. I just want some chicken tenders. And upsell here is, hey, I would like the combo meal, but can I get an extra shake? Can I get an ice cream cone with that? Can I get some dessert, right? When you're selling, you have to understand what your mainline offer is. And then if that person doesn't want your mainline offer, you downsell, right? If that person says, I like that, do you have anything else? You upsell. But keep it simple and don't try to sell the world. The cheesecake menu versus the In-N-Out burger, too much, right? Let me say, if you ever gone to Cheesecake Factory, my God, the menu is crazy. I just get confused and frustrated. Yes, the sauce is on point. You're thinking too much. Some of you get way too in your head. You think way too much. You think so much that you never execute a thing, especially your content online. You will overthink it. You will try to add so many words and so many captions around something, and it doesn't fly. Some of the most viral posts that I have ever seen have kept it Simple. I'm glad you asked for an example. I saw one this week. Shantae Austin. She did this TikTok couldn't have been more than 15 seconds. But she is explaining about anyone can learn to code, and she did it in a very fun and engaging way. 132,000 views. I got pissed off, quite frankly, when I saw this. I spent hours on these videos, and there she is, Shantae Austin, with her 132,000 views off of a TikTok. Yeah, even I do too much. When it comes to your content, don't overthink it. Get it out there. People ask me all the time, Nick, can you teach me how to edit? Sure, love to. I want to teach you how to edit so you don't. I'd rather you spend more time on delivery and energy than editing. I've seen videos where people are talking for 7 minutes straight, strong, right? But it's the energy that people fall in love with. It's not whether or not every edit was made correctly. It's not if it had lower thirds or logos or swooshes and swoops. No, it's the energy. It is the content that you are describing. It's the problem you're solving. It's who you're talking to that's more important than anything else. Say less. Robert, yes, please don't talk about that. I have Shayla who's out here. She tells me that all the time, and it just, but it's true. All right. Let's keep it moving. You're spending too much. Let me tell you something. Tyler Perry, Money for Days. He said, work like you're broke. If Tyler says that, and he got all this money in the world, why are we spending so much money on stuff to get stuff done? Like, really, like, why are we spending so much? Right? I'm a firm believer in DIY. That stands for do it yourself. The reason why I'm a firm believer in do it yourself is because you have the ability to control you and your actions, and thus there is a likelihood of you being consistency or having consistency, even in an economic downturn, right? If you had a whole team and they were managing your social, and then all of a sudden your business hit, guess what? Your social team is probably going to be the first one to go. And if they are the ones who controlled your brand and controlled everything and knew how to do it, and all of a sudden you're out here and you don't know, guess what? Your voice is out. You're just lost, right? I've seen it happen over and over again, by the way. That's why I tell people, if you want to hire a social team, that's fine, but learn how to do this stuff yourself first. What does doing this stuff yourself look like? YouTube. Let me tell you something. I learned how to shoot a camera and edit video, not from a class, not from anybody else, by watching these youngsters on YouTube. They told me everything from the type of camera I need to buy, to the type of lighting, to how to help people pose, to editing, everything. All it required was time. That's it. That's it. Learn a thing. While you are here in quarantine, learn something that's going to enhance your business that you can do yourself, or if you want to hire somebody, you at least know what to tell them and how to help them articulate your brand voice, because that's the other issue I see. People hire these social media agencies and say, do my post for me. And you can tell a social media agency is doing it because the post is lackluster, has no emotion. They're doing the least, the absolute least, right? YouTube. It seems to be the energy and entertainment more than the education of the content, because people have short attention spans. Toy. Why do you think if CNN does it, right? I watch Don Lemon quite a bit, right? Don is the most dramatic cat I know, but it pulls you in. He's giving you entertainment, but he's giving you information also, right? That's what ESPN is about. That's what reality television is about. I mean, they are providing you entertainment and information, right? HGTV, the Food Network, all of that. That is the secret. It's both. It really is both. To draw people in. That's what keeps them there. So, Toy, I'm glad you said that. Um, AppSumo. Some of you are looking for apps to build websites, to do sales funnels, ad sales, analytics, stuff. The reason why I like AppSumo is because they always come with apps of the week that solve specific problems, right? And you get discounts, like literally huge savings just by going through AppSumo. So it's just an affiliate site for other applications. But if you log and you go through there, you'll probably find something to solve one of the problems that you have for your personal brand or your business. So I highly recommend it. If you are one where you're not necessarily a do-it-yourselfer, but you want to have somebody do it for you, and you're strapped for cash, Fiverr. Fiverr, when I started my brand, was one of the first places I ever went to, because they have people that do editing, they have people that create graphics, they have people that do all of this stuff. Now, transparently, it don't cost $5. That's the concept that they started with, but it's still relatively inexpensive as opposed to, going someplace else. So if you must have somebody do something for you or assist you along the way, Fiverr is a way to go. Let's get into some more of these comments. Yes, less is always more. Less is always more. That's absolutely right. You're taking too much time. The thing I love about millennials is that they're done with it before I even start. You know how I knew I was old? I'd be trying to text. It take me forever to do a little text, and I just be like, forget it. But these millennials, they be going, man, right? Even something as simple as taking notes. Shayla on my team, she's on the live right now. She done with it. She done had it in Google and all this other stuff, and it's out the door by the time I didn't even just wrote the first sentence, right? You're taking too much time. Agility wins the day. But I'm gonna tell you something, and all my Gen Xers, this is about to blow your mind, that I learned from millennials, and I want you to take this to heart. Sell it, then build it. That makes you and helps you be first to market. What do I mean by that? Some of y'all coaches out there, y'all create these massive programs. And then you like, okay, now let me go try to sell it. And then you get disappointed when people don't buy. Or you have this book, I'm gonna write this book, right? I'm gonna write this book. But you write the book, spend all this money, you got boxes in the garage, right? But ain't nobody buying your book. Did anybody ask you for your book, right? Now let's switch it around. You know what these millennials do? They sell it. They don't even have it yet, right? It ain't even built. Many times they don't even know how in the world they're gonna build it. But you know what they do? They're running their mouth and they're selling and they're selling and they're seeing who's responding. And based on the response of people, then they build. Let me tell you something. I ain't never built nothing ever again in life. I'm gonna sell it first, then I will build it, right? Don't create anything that people do not want. Don't do it. Because what you're doing is you're wasting time. You're wasting energy, you're wasting effort, and you're wasting dollars. Sell it, or at least attempt to sell it. You ain't even got to charge people for it yet. Just say, what do you think? Or I got this out here. Just see what people say first. Then go out there and build. Should you show some flaw in the product just to speed up the time to get to the marketplace. If Tesla can do it with Tesla truck, Elon threw a baseball at this truck that's supposed to have unbreakable glass, and the glass broke. They got more press off of that than anything, but it's press, right? And some people just believe there's no such thing as bad press. People like to be a part of the process. They like to be a part of the journey. They like the inside scoop. They don't like perfection. We are an imperfect world. People actually enjoy more imperfection than perfection. Again, I've seen some of the prettiest videos out here on LinkedIn. Oh, they're so pretty. Oh my God. They got drone shots, gimbal footage, nice and smooth. Ain't got no traction. None. Not a little, not even a little bit. I done seen the person with the shaky cam, saying something right here, real passionate, views for days. There's nothing wrong with imperfection. There's beauty in the flaws. Great question. Like real-time focus groups in building MVP. There you go. There you go. There could be something said about people to help them iterate with you. Oh my goodness. That's key. I'm so glad you said that. Having people iterate with you is amazing because they're actually telling you what they want in real time. And so you're not even guessing. Forget the guesswork. Build what people want and what they will buy. Please stop building all this stuff in advance and then selling it. No, bring in people and let them be a part of the process. Please and thank you. I want y'all to stop doing the most. I really do. It does not take all of that. What it takes is focus, consistency, commitment, but most of all, simplicity. Keep it simple, stupid. One of the best phrases in brand history. Stop doing the most. Stop selling the most. Stop being the most. If you're going to do the most of, provide the most energy. Outperform people the most. Add the most value. Those are the things that you can do the most of. Everything else, let it go. Brand line. One last thing before we let you go. We have a truckload of applicants. If you have thought about brand line, I suggest you go ahead and hit the brandpreneur.com/brand line. What we're doing, and I just want to let you know, because I've had a lot of questions. Basically, over the course of a month, I'm serving as your Dean of Membership Intake, where we are breaking you out into teams, blue team, gray team, and we are learning how to be consistent with content online. Learning the ins and outs from image to what your brand is. I help you and I work with you one-on-one with that to help get you clarity, because once you understand that, you can go. Then we spend 2 or 3 weeks just consistently creating content in different ways. So by the end of it, there is no question. You know what it is you're doing. It's very fast paced. It's uber charging. It took me a whole year to learn how to do what I do on YouTube. I'm about to build your brand and my team in 1 month. In that 1 month, you will learn how to tell your story effectively, efficiently, and do it in excellence, all online, because that's where we are now. People will experience you online before they will ever see you in person. So I hope you take that under consideration. So whatever you do, please, you can learn a lot from this example. Don't you dare walk away from this versus thing and not walk away with this example of Teddy Riley, because he was just doing way too much. And I don't want you guys to do that. So in the vein of that, I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate you for spending the afternoon with me. Please, please, just stop doing the most. Keep it simple, stupid. We'll be back here next Friday. I hope you found some value in what I said. I really do mean it. I want to see you win. Next week, jam packed. We're going to have another Making the Brand on Monday. We're going to take a couple of days off because I got to get ready for Brand Line. We're going to come back, though, on Wednesday with another webinar series, and also on Brand Day Live, where we're going to have Trina Hill. And then lastly, next Friday, we are going to announce the intake line, our initial intake line for Brand Line. You are not going to want to miss that, because we are about to have some fun and take it where it's never gone before. So have a great afternoon. I appreciate you for watching. If your team replay or if your team live, we'll keep the music going so y'all can exchange comments in the comments. I'll see you soon. Stop doing so brand much. Wait a brand minute. I appreciate you. Janine, you're welcome. Alita, you're welcome. Thank you so much for the feedback. Taka, thank you. I appreciate you. Janelle, thank you so much. Stacy, thank you. Mary, thank you. Samaria, thank you. Zachary, big brother, thank you. I appreciate you, man. Let's go. Wait a brand minute. Woo-wee! Come on, James. Let's go, bro. Don't you get me stepping in here.